I don't know about any of you, but I like my cheesy intro 80s, 90s hard rock song. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's different. You got to definitely be, I don't know, in your 30s and 40s to appreciate it, I think. I don't know. Folks, hit the notifications button. Getting started today. All dominoes getting ready to fall. I'm telling you, who's been telling you this for the longest time? Me. Who's been telling you that RussiaGate would pop open first? Me. Nino's Corner .tv. That's a place to be, folks. If you're not there, you're not ahead of the game. It's pretty wild, right, to watch this play out the way this is. They're so scared. They're petrified. They're terrified. You got John Kerry now. You got John Kerry, who just locked his page and hidden his post days after FBI agent Peter Strzok wiped all the posts from his page. They're panicking. There's panic in D.C. I'm telling you, folks, I'm getting the whispers. I got the inside on all this stuff. I'm hearing what's going on. They cannot sleep at night. They're terrified. They're all going to jail. And there's a lot of people, a lot of naysayers out there, no, it's not going to happen. You're going to get a slap on the wrist. No, they're not. No, they are not. They're all going down. And even if they don't want to believe it, and there's certain celebrities out there that are like, it's not going to touch me. Bullshit. You're all fucked. You're all going down. Let me say that again. You're done. All of you are done. And it's just going to keep progressing this direction. And it's all over for all of you. It's done. We are in a different paradigm. You're all going to pay for your sick little deeds, gross, evil shit that you did. You're all done. It's not going to escape any of you. I can guarantee you that. It's not going to escape any of you. And you're all going to be publicly humiliated. It's coming. It's really coming. So prepare for it and get your affairs in order. Folks, Venmo, D-Rod1977, D-Rod1977. Oh yeah, like, share this video, do all those nice things to help me help you as well. Folks, when the lights go out. When the lights go out. No, it's not like a 50 Shades of Grey. It's just, my memoir, and it's about boxing and the horrific life of boxing. It's a really tough life. And I got to say, I just regurgitated everything I had into this book. It was therapeutic, and thank God I did it, and it's over now. So I had dreams last night that I was still under the bright lights fighting, and wow, those days are over. It's kind of sad. Kind of sad, but at least I got to live that life, or it blessing or a curse, I'm not sure. And then the Mexican Mix, my mom's book, the Mexican Mix. And folks, BioTrust collagen. They also got protein. Recent study found that nearly half of all popular protein powders contain unsafe levels of heavy metals. What doesn't these days? Like lead and cadmium, I guess is how you say it. Some of which exceed California's safety limits. If you care about the quality of your protein powder, that's a daily dose of toxins you never asked for. This is why I use my amazing secret powder, and I'll never go back to store-bought protein. It's a daily scoop of 24 grams of clean grass-fed protein per serving that's lab-tested for potency and purity. It helps me gain muscle. It gets the muscle on. It helps me gain muscle. Have more energy, supports a faster metabolism, keeps me feeling fuller for longer. This low-carb protein powder comes in several award-winning, mouth-watering ice cream flavors that help support lean muscle, enhance energy levels, curb cravings, manage weight, and much more. Take control of your skin and keep it young looking this summer with the collagen itself and protein. You get collagen and protein from the BioTrust. Get a free bag. It's totally free. It comes with a free VIP live health fitness coaching for life and a free ebook titled 15 flat belly milkshake recipes. Once again, the offer is only available at BioTrust. It should be there at the link below. I'm going to set my ghetto timer right now. Yeah, you can get collagen and protein from this BioTrust, and it's right there at the bottom. Get collagen and protein. I'm telling you, that's all you need. And put it in your daily coffee like I do. All you do is put the bag right next to the coffee machine like I do and take it every morning. Okay, so what you guys asked me if I can still do the Pee Wee Herman thing. I don't know if I can. Let me see. I don't know. I used to be able to do it when I was a kid. I don't know. I can't do it anymore. When I was before I hit puberty, I did it excellent. I used to be able to do it really well. I can't do it anymore. Let me see. Oh fuck! I can't do it anymore. Almost there. All right, folks. X is Nino Boxer. PatriotWear.com. Nino'sCorner.tv is fire. Got Wano saving on the General's tent today at 5 p.m. He'll be taking your questions. I think it's going to be like 2 or 3 in the morning for him. So I really appreciate him coming on. I think he's in London. So, yeah. So Juan's coming on today. Ask him all the questions you want. Remember, Nino'sCorner.tv right now is half off. And it's only going to last till the end of this month. And it's going back to the $4 that you're all so cheap to pay. $4.99, but right now it's like $2. So get over there, and all monthlies and yearlies are half off. You're better off paying the yearly. Honestly, it's like $20 something. I don't know, something ridiculous. Starbucks coffee costs more. Anyway, that's Nino'sCorner.tv. Also, Ringside with Nino is coming up after this General's tent the next day. So you're getting a big dose of Nino. Yeah. Also, Nino'sCorner.tv, I got the Ghost 2-part series up there, the Deep State Fall. What's happening right now? What is he getting behind the scenes now? He told you Epstein's alive, allegedly. He tells you where he's at, which is pretty crazy. Trust me, you can trust this guy when he says. Sean Taylor's up there right now, mapping out the mortgage fraud. Wano Saving's going to go back up there soon. Derek and Daniel Salter. Is it Salter? Their grandfather had a cosmic clearance in the military, which is like 20 levels above president. That's going up on YouTube. That should be up tomorrow. I'll premiere it tomorrow at about 6 p.m. It's going to be epic. You're going to want to watch this one. Also, Daniel Brinkley's coming on. Bo Pony's coming back on, baby. Yeah. And Trader Girl Q, she's coming back on talking about the Golden Gate Bridge. And I got a What the Fuck news segment today talking about the Grateful Dead that's going to be playing there. And when you know about the occult and how they work, I don't know. Raises a lot of suspicions for me. Okay? I don't think I want to go anywhere near that bridge anymore. All right, folks. And you might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, baby. Oh, baby, yeah. Smack that ass. All right, so RussiaGate blows wide open. It's time to indict Obama, the traitor for here. That's from Trump himself right there. That's what you're looking at right there. That's from Trump himself. Calling it what it is. These are all Trump's Truth Social posts right here, folks. This is all them. You think he's playing around? You think he's just bluffing? No, what he's doing is trolling them. He's scaring the living shit out of them. Until this happens, nothing will change. He's telling you there, right there, point blank, this is coming. It is coming. And I've heard we're really close. Don't be surprised if the first arrest happens this year. Oops. This year. You got Obama, Schiff, Pompeo, Comey, Brennan under fire. Senator Grassley reacting to the Bombshell Clinton docs. And guess what? She's a big, big domino. Hence why I put the thumbnail. The dominoes are being lined up to be taken down, folks. We have Comey, Brennan, Obama, Schiff, and even Pompeo in the spotlight right now. In fact, it's now being said that CIA Director Mike Pompeo covertly granted Adam Schiff access to raw intelligence logs and communications out of small room in Langley for Schiff to use in an attempt to overthrow the real Donald Trump, the sitting president of the United States. Okay, folks? This is bigger than the Watergate will ever be. This is bigger than JFK, all of it. Why? Because justice is going to prevail. That's why this is going to be so big. You're going to remember where you were at when the first arrest happens. You will remember where you were at. DNI John Ratcliffe declassified October 2020, confirming Obama's treachery were concealed from the American people by CIA Director Mike Pompeo. Didn't that guy lose like a bunch of weight? He looks weird now. Have you ever noticed like some people just look better fat? Seriously. It's almost like their bone structure can't handle the weight off. And it's like, I don't know. Who's that guy on the morning show Alex, who was that guy on the morning show, the black dude that like lost all that weight? What's his name? He lost all that you know what I'm talking about? He lost all that weight and now he looks like, I don't know, something out of Beetlejuice.
He was on the show, on your show, on this show?
No, it was like the morning show. I bet you somebody knows who I'm talking about.
Put it in the chat, guys.
Yeah, put it in the chat. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, some people just look better fat. I'm going to say it, but you can try whatever you want to do. Get ready. It's not going to stop there. Get ready because Hillary is going to join the party, and Trump is alluding to that, and you're going to hear her name very soon, probably in the next few days. Senator Grassley reacts to newly declassified documents from Clinton email investigation. Everything is backfiring on them. They cannot sleep at night. The reality is setting in that their fate is sealed. I believe many distractions. Now listen to this closely. Listen to this really closely. I believe many distractions and potential mass casualty events have been neutralized thus far, but that doesn't mean they're going to slip by. So, doesn't mean all their options and resources have been exhausted. Expect anything. I don't know, like an earthquake? That's one thing we might be able to expect. Oh, gee, did that already happen? An 8.7? Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry. Tsunami watch all over the fucking planet. Yeah, it's no different than the wildfires that hit Hawaii and LA. When you know, and expect more mass shootings, folks. You really believe this last shooter just happened to murder the most powerful woman in Black Rock and took his own life? Oh, wait a minute. We got to blame it on CTE. Yeah, they blamed it on CTE. Really? I doubt it. Read between the lines. We're entering a self-deleting week or month or months. Remember, I said this years ago. I said when this all comes down, there will be a time where there'll be homicides and self-deleting. Self-deleting. So it's fluff tube, so you know that's the way I have to say it. But self-deleting, So what's going to happen? Oh, you mean they're going to shoot up places, shoot important people, and then blame it on something like, I got hit in the head a lot, hey. I don't buy it. I'm just saying, folks, welcome to the red pill. I don't like to go black pill. I just go red pill. Because I think red pill, you keep your faith. Black pill, you lose all your faith. Mass murder and self-deleting is coming. It's coming. You know what other ridiculous narrative they're going to push right now? You know what other ridiculous narrative they're going to push right now? And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to this. A hostile alien ship has entered our solar system that is headed to Earth and could reach Earth in a few short months. When would it reach Earth? Oh, November. That's about the time, I don't know, people get arrested. Yeah. You remember what happened when he won the 2016, you know what? And Hillary said, is it time to play the alien card? Well, it looks like they're going to play it. So let's watch this, how this develops and progresses. And see if little green men come off this ship and tell us that they seeded the Earth. I don't know. I'm even at this point, I don't believe anything. Nothing. The only reason any of you believe this, if you do, or believe in outer space or planets, whatever, is because they told you that in school. And I don't believe anything they taught me. I'm sorry. I guess in that sense, I'm black-pilled. I don't believe anything they've ever taught me. Possibly hostile alien object could arrive in November 2025. A team of researchers has presented the wild theory that an interstellar object might be hostile alien technology that could reach Earth in fall of 2025. The findings were reported by the New York Post, which wrote that the inflammatory paper was published on July 16th on the preprint server. According to Live Science, the paper is controversial, was not peer-reviewed, and experts think it claims nonsense. However, the site says that other scientists believe the object is natural. L1ATLAS Atlas, I guess, was discovered on July 1st, barreling towards the sun at more than 130,000 miles per hour, and is confirmed an interstellar object, according to Live Science. But initial observations strongly suggest it's a large comet surrounded by a cloud of ice, gas, and dust called a coma, whatever. The site reported. The paper in question titled, "It's the interstellar object L1ATLAS alien technology." Scientists now are getting on board with the fact that it could be an alien ship, it says. Right on time. Right on time. So earthquakes, I guess we're going to see more flooding, maybe a lot more natural disasters, more mass shootings, people taking their lives, and now an alien ship, folks. Take me to your leader. Trump? Okay. Powerful quake in Russia's far east causes tsunami. Japan and Hawaii order evacuations. This was yesterday. I stayed up late last night trying to watch this tsunami, and nothing happened. I was like, A magnitude 8.7 earthquake struck off Russia's far eastern Kamchatka peninsula on Wednesday, generating a tsunami of up to 4 meters, 13 feet. I bet you surfers were out there trying to catch the wave, dude. Damaging buildings and prompting evacuation warnings in the area and across most of Japan's east coast, officials said. Today's earthquake was serious and the strongest in decades. Governor Vladimir Solovyov said in a video posted on Telegram, adding that the the school and kindergarten class was damaged. I don't know what the hell that means. A tsunami with a height of 3 to 4 meters, that's 10 to 13 feet, was recorded in parts of Regional Minister for Emergencies Situations said, urging people to evacuate the shoreline of the peninsula. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I looked at this. I was watching this, and there was actual surfers out there trying to catch the wave. Trying to catch a tsunami. That's how hardcore these guys are. And I know a lot of them. in California. My friend used to surf all the time. And I don't know. Pretty cool day yesterday for me, actually, man. Yesterday I got to reunite with a friend of mine. I haven't seen it, like, really weird. I woke up yesterday with knots in my stomach and PTSD because, I always think, like, is this going to be the day that I get the call that my mom or dad passed? Nurse going to call me today and said it happened. I wake up every day like that. I go to bed every night like that. And yesterday was weird. I 3 friends reached out to me that I haven't talked to in over 15 years. 3 of them, and they don't know each other. So I don't know what the hell kind of thing I was emitting into the universe, but 3 friends that I haven't talked to in 15 years that don't know each other all reached out to me the same day. Weird. Really weird. The quake reached a magnitude of 8.8, which makes it the 6th strongest earthquake ever measured on Earth. It struck about 84 miles southeast of off the coast of Russia at about 7:24 Eastern Standard Time. The largest earthquake to hit since 2011, when a 9.1 megaquake hit northeast. Man, Japan just keeps getting hit, huh? Like Hiroshima and Nagasaki wasn't enough. They keep getting hit with earthquakes. Buildings in Russia were captured on video already underwater after the first waves hit, with several people taken to the hospital with various injuries. I don't know. What do you guys think? Natural or not natural? That's my question. I don't know. I really don't know. You don't know these days. That's just a fact of it. We don't know. Was it natural? Was it not? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. Y'all put it in the comments. All right. Allegedly, Grassley has been activated. He sent thumb drives to Kash Patel, is what they're saying. Now, Senator Grassley reacts to newly declassified documents from Clinton email investigation. While much of the attention lately has been about the push for the Epstein files to be released, the U.S. Senator from the Hawkeye State has led an effort to declassify documents relating to former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server. The now declassified documents revealed that some thumb drives containing some type of data have not been thoroughly reviewed by the FBI, despite former FBI Director James Comey saying they were in 2016. Boy, these people are in deep shit. Since then, there have been instances where not only documents have been accused of Democrats have been accused of using private email servers for government business, but Republicans have as well. Most recently, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth was found to share details of a sensitive military operation through the app Signal, which a journalist was mistakenly added to the chat. Uh-oh. Nonetheless, U.S. Senator Chuck Grassley, Republican out of Iowa, commends the DOJ for the declassification of these documents. This document shows an extreme lack of effort and due diligence in the FBI's investigation of former Secretary Clinton's email usage and mishandling of highly classified information. Senator Grassley said, under Comey's leadership, the FBI failed to perform fundamental investigative work and left key pieces of evidence on the cutting room floor. The Comey's FBI negligent approach and perhaps intentional, let me stress that word, intentional lack of effort in the Clinton investigation is a stark contrast to its full-throated investigation. Why did they have to use that word? Full-throated. Okay. Investigation of the Trump-Russia collusion hoax, which was based on the corroborated, and now discredited Steele dossier. Comey's decision-making process smacks of political infection. Yes, it says smacks. Smacks of political infection. I don't know. The senator says these documents may lead to an additional investigation. And who would that be? You don't say. Clinton. Yeah. Oh, the walls are closing in on these people. Breaking: Jim Comey is in terrible trouble. His ambush of General Flynn was a targeted hit. I'll be having General Flynn on the show, I believe, beginning of August. I'm still going to try to bring him on as a general in the general's tent. So I think he might be scared to take questions from you guys. I don't know, but I'm going to try to get him on. This is getting very hot for Jim Comey and the Obama regime. The days before their arrest are decreasing, is what Flynn is saying. In an article written by Sean Davis in 2020, it was clear that the Obama regime targeted and went after General Flynn. The newly declassified portions of January 5th Rice email confirm that the targeting of Flynn was coordinated with the inner sanctum of the White House, and that with Obama and Biden were deeply involved in the campaign to take down Flynn. You don't say. Documents previously released and declassified show that the FBI never processed any evidence that Flynn was a secret Russian agent or they had broken any laws. An FBI electronic communication closing this agency's counterintelligence investigation against him, which was dated January 4th, made clear that no derogatory information about Flynn had been obtained during the months-long investigation of Flynn. Yeah. I tell you what, folks, I might just stay on Facebook and X due to the fact that the numbers look pretty high on YouTube. I'm hitting my quota, so we'll keep going. Mike Benz, Alex, go ahead and keep us going on Facebook and on X as well. It's only when my audience lacks on YouTube that I got to switch everyone over. So there you go. There you have it. Now you know my little secret. Mike Benz. Public deserves to know why Obama armed, guess what? Cartels. Is Eric Holder getting nervous? He sure is. The Obama-era Attorney General may be lawyering up right now amid Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard's documents declassification spree. Mike Benz, Executive Director of the Foundation for Online Freedom, is hoping that among Gabbard's next move will be the release of the files on the Obama administration's Fast and Furious scandal, which armed what? Mexican cartels and led to the death of a border agent. You don't say. Wow, this guy's had his hands in everything. I'm telling you, folks, this is coming. And I really appreciate all of you that have sent me emails and said, man, you called it. You stuck with your guns. You stayed in the pocket. It's like a fight. I don't leave the fight. I'm in there throwing punches. And everyone else was jumping ship and Iran. And I said, don't worry about this Iran stuff. As soon as this gets stalled, RussiaGate's popping. Don't worry about the Epstein stuff. RussiaGate's about to pop. And here we are. And here we are, folks. Overwhelming good cause exists to expedite Trump. Trump wants to put Rupert Murdoch under oath right away after filing massive defamation suit against him over the Jeffrey Epstein report. So Donald Trump's Florida lawyer on Monday filed a motion demanding that billionaire Rupert Murdoch. I feel like I have to say his name that way. Rupert. Hello, Rupert. Rupert Murdoch. Be forced to sit for a deposition. Rupert Murdoch. What's your name? My name is Rupert. Rupert Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch to deposition within 15 days, the president sues a Wall Street Journal over a report claiming that Trump composed a body 50th birthday card for sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. It was a naked lady, right? That's how he did it. I thought it was pretty creative, if you ask me. Trump's motion notes that because Murdoch is 94 years old and has experienced multiple health issues and scares, he's 94 years old. Jeez. In the last 5 years, an expedited deposition under oath would be the appropriate course of action. In other words, let's get him before he dies. And this is probably going to add a lot more stress on him. So I don't know. He may not even make it out of the month. Joe Rogan's in the news again, calls the Epstein case a line in the sand and rips the Trump administration for gaslighting its supporters. Really, dude? Really? I don't know. Joe Rogan has joined the most recent episode of his popular podcast by former CIA covert operations officer Mike Baker, and the two discussed a variety of topics, including the ongoing fallout from the Jeffrey Epstein case for the Trump administration. While discussing the Epstein case and the various conspiracy theories surrounding it, Rogan brought up the edited videotape from Epstein's cell in which the Trump DOJ and FBI concluded he self-deleted inside there. Metadata from raw Epstein prison video shows approximately 2 minutes and 53 seconds were removed from one of the two stitched together clips. The cut starts off at a missing minute, Rogan said. Wow, replied Baker. Yeah, shocker, Rogan replied, as Baker noted, yeah. So a guy like that decides, he's going to off himself. Again, Rogan continued. But here's the thing. It's like these guys that are involved in all this are still, they've been around for a long time, and they have this mentality that existed before the internet, where you could just kind of put this stuff out there, and you wouldn't have to all these psycho sleuths out there that are going to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, especially guys who are tech wizards who can look at the metadata and you can figure out all kinds of stuff. He's right. You can't get away with anything anymore. In fact, even today, like with AI and everything the way it is, you cannot get away with anything. I do not understand why anybody commits a crime these days. I know people are desperate. They need to eat, I guess. But like you all saw that gang of violence on those two white people. They've all, I think 5 people have been caught already. You don't get away with anything anymore. Cameras are everywhere. Everyone has a cell phone. There's cameras on every light post, on every pole. You're going to get caught no matter what you do. We are already really, really living in a police state. Now, to me, I don't know. If you're a person like me that's like, well, you're not going to do anything bad anyway. I mean, I keep finding myself like, is it really such a bad thing to go out to make sure there's no more pieces of shit on the street? Don't you want your grandma and your kid to be able to walk the streets without some gang coming up and beating the shit out of them? I don't know. I think this is a good thing. I think it could be a good thing to have. I can't believe I'm saying this, but more protection. I don't know. The pre-crime stuff I'm not for, obviously, but I don't know. I mean, you are not getting away with anything anymore. You try to rob a house, there's There's doorbell cameras now. There's cameras all over every house. Your neighbors have cameras. You may think that house doesn't have a camera, but then your neighbor has a camera. So people are getting caught left and right. Nobody gets away with anything anymore, which is a good thing. Ghislaine Maxwell's life may be at risk, and you don't say. You don't say. Ghislaine Maxwell's life could be in danger after she met with the Justice Department to reveal new details about Jeffrey Epstein, according to one of the top investigative reporters to have covered the case. Miami Herald reporter Julie K. Brown told Daily Beast podcast host Joanna Coles that she believes Maxwell, 63, is not safe in a Florida prison. It is so cover up a crime in jail, Brown said. The cameras are broken, guards fall asleep, and they are, for the most part, very corrupt. And I'll say, yes, they are. You know what's worse than the prisoners in prison? The DOs. And I'm going to say that right now. Anybody who job is to work in a prison, you're constantly around that slime, that crime, that low vibrational energy. Folks, they change. They turn into like exactly what the criminals are. I've served time in jail, and I know. I'm going to tell you right now, Sancho made a lot of friends. Sancho made a lot of friends. Sancho ran the prison. Oh, FBI has a secret Epstein prison tape with no missing minute. The FBI has a version of the surveillance video filmed near Jeffrey Epstein's prison block on the night of his death that, unlike the video released to the public, is not missing a minute of footage. Earlier this month, the Department of Justice released nearly 11 hours of CCTV footage taken inside the Metropolitan Correctional Center intended to show that Epstein had self-deleted. The Trump administration immediately faced questions about why the time code displayed on the video indicated that the minute before midnight was not included in the clip. You would think maybe they're, I don't know, doing this on purpose. They want you to know that there's a missing minute. Maybe they're doing this on purpose. I don't know. It seems very sloppy to me. FBI's controversial Trump-Russia actions predicted with alarming specificity by foreign actors. U.S. intelligence had credible foreign sources indicating that the FBI would play a role in spreading the salacious Trump-Russia collusion narrative before the Bureau ever launched its controversial Crossfire Hurricane probe. Sources familiar with the intel told Fox News Digital. CIA Director John Ratcliffe is expected to declassify the underlying intelligence, including a classified annex related to former special counsel John Durham's investigation into the origins of the Trump-Russia probe. A source familiar with the contents of the classified annex told Fox News Digital that, while it may not have been exactly clear in the moment what the intelligence collection meant, with the benefit of hindsight, it's predicted the FBI's next move with alarming specificity. Alex, how do you say that word?
That's it. Specificity.
That's it? Specificity.
Yeah, specificity. Yep.
Specificity. All right. Ultimately, the release of the classified annex will lend more credibility to the assertion that there's a coordinated plan inside the U.S. government to help the Clinton campaign stir up controversy connecting Trump to Russia, the source said with specificity. What the fuck? Specificity. I'm going to say that word all day. Okay. Who was granted anonymity. Specificity and anonymity to discuss sensitive intelligence matters that have not yet been made public. Fuck. All right, so there's that. Let's just go on to the next article here. Pam Bondi takes revenge at Judge Trump absolutely hates. Donald Trump's Justice Department is moving to retaliate against one of the federal judges who stood up to Trump's extrajudicial deportations. I don't know. Maybe all the hits in the head are affecting me today, folks. I don't know. I'm sorry. Judge James Boasberg first appeared on the MAGA radar in March after blocking the Trump administration's invocation of the wartime 1798 Alien Enemies Act to discriminately deport men Trump claimed were Tren de Aragua gang members to El Salvador. The administration ignored Boasberg's order, and he claimed to have found probable cause for contempt of the administration's part, although the D.C. Circuit Court has paused proceedings. Boasberg's principled opposition quickly made him a villain to Trump, culminating in the DOJ's most recent attack on him. Today, at my direction, the Justice Department filed a misconduct complaint against U.S. District Judge James Boasberg for making improper public comments about President Trump and his administration, Attorney General Pam Bondi wrote Monday on X. These comments have undermined the integrity of the judiciary, and we will not stand for that. While Pam Bondi has yet to actually specify what improper public comments Boasberg made to elicit such an attack, both her chief of staff and the right-wing Federalist have reported this huge inappropriate mistake Boasberg made was simply expressing his quote-unquote valid concern that the Trump administration has liable to disregard rulings of federal courts leading to the constitutional crisis while at judicial conference. I say go after all these judges. Go after all of them. I don't even know. I guess it is not really until this administration, until Trump got back in there, that I really call me stupid. I didn't know judges had this kind of power. That any judge, Tom, Dick, and Harry could just be like, hey, stop it right there. I can't believe this is even happening in America, but whatever. Powell under siege as Fed plans to stand pat and rate cut. So, Jerome H. Powell, Federal Reserve Chair, is facing relentless attacks from the president, a lively campaign to replace him, and divisions in his own ranks over when to cut interest rates. Jerome H. Powell has rarely had it easy during his tenure as chair of the Federal Reserve. Under his watch, the central bank has had to navigate through 2 global trade wars, a once-in-a-century pandemic, multiple geopolitical conflicts overseas, and the worst inflation shock in decades. But with just 9 months ago until his term as chair is up, Mr. Powell's circumstances has become particularly precarious. Mr. Powell is facing relentless attacks from the White House and the reoccurring threat of being ousted by President Trump while a handful of candidates openly jockey to replace him. How about we get rid of the whole fucking Federal Reserve? I don't know. I think that's where we're headed, to be quite honest with you. I think that's where we're going. So could Powell step down? I think so. I think a lot of things are going to start happening. There's different chess games being played at the same time. Russia is one of them. Pay close attention with Russia. Pay close attention to the Federal Reserve. Pay close attention to RussiaGate 2020. And I don't know, Israel? Yeah. Pope Leo condemns brutal machete attack that murdered 49 Christians during prayer in DR Congo. Now, you know that Juan's been talking about the Congo for a long time. The Pope, the State Department, the United Nations, and a leading Christian group have all condemned a new major attack on Christians in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Remind me to never go there. Which the UN says left at least 49 dead. 49 dead with a machete? I see a new horror film about to be made. The Congo machete attack. I think that'd be a good movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre has got nothing on the machete attack in Congo. Just saying. I think that's a new movie coming to the theater near you. All right. TSA is denying travelers perfectly legal Real ID alternative despite being federally recognized. Now, get this, folks. This is good. In the wake of multiple rule changes by the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, from the secretly banned Costco cards and as ID to the sweeping Real ID mandate for domestic U.S. flights that went into force on 7th of May, 2025, it's safe to say travelers are pretty emotionally charged with the seemingly never-ending bureaucracy of the United States travel sector. Some of the TSA's warnings are indeed new enforcements, but others are merely reminders of existing rules, like what was perhaps the weirdest warning the agency has issued in recent years involving socks. Now, another rule reminder is doing its rounds about a fairly new one following the shift to the Real ID. So you have to use the Real ID. People are using fucking Costco cards, Sam's cards. Are you kidding me? I never even knew you could use those. Can't use them anymore. Sorry, Pedro. Sorry, Juanito. Let's get to some World War III news. How about that? Putin mouthpiece warns of nuclear attack and outlines three. My ghetto timer just went off. And outlines three war scenarios that Russian newspaper often linked to President Putin, makes alarming and bizarre claims with interviews from several pro-Putin figures. The newspaper, dubbed as Russian President Vladimir Putin's favorite newspaper, has recently put out an article warning that an attack from Europe is imminent by 2027. And not just any kind of attack, but a nuclear attack. So what they're saying is we could be looking at nuclear war by 2027. And if you know that now Trump has shortened the 50-day deadline to, I don't know, what is it now? Someone put it in the chat. I know he's shortened it. Is it 20 days, 10 days? Someone put it in the chat. Help me help you. So they're hell-bent on some kind of nuclear exchange. So think about this for a second. You've heard Juan say that we're going into a nuclear standoff at some point, and that's the only way we switch control from SES, Senior Executive Services, to what? NORAD and Cheyenne. So I don't know. Maybe this needs to happen. I'm just thinking outside the box here. Just thinking outside the box. 10 days? Is it 10 days? Man, everything's coming to a head quite fast, right? Quite fast. All right, folks, let me read my mid-roll. Hey, yo. Trim with Nino, baby. A recent study has found nearly half of patients following popular weight loss trends quit within a year, often used lower than prescribed doses, and ultimately lost less weight than they were led to believe. This is why I use this secret amazing new product, and I'm obsessed with the results. It is designed to naturally support my body's own GLP-1 production and boost levels by over 50% without drugs, prescriptions, or needles. It promotes safety and feelings of fullness, reduce cravings, reduce my hunger hormones, helps me lose fat instead of muscle, and supports healthy blood sugar levels. Summer is here. It's time to get that beach body ready. Grab yourself a bottle of GLP-1 now to save up to 44% off the site, trimwithnino.com. Plus, you also get two free ebooks titled The 3-Week Diet and 53 Fat-Burning Smoothies and Milkshakes. Yum. All right, let's get back to the news. Vladimir Zelensky. Also, Vladimir Zelensky allows Ukrainians over 60 geriatrics 60 to join the military as war stretches on. So I guess he's creating his own geriatric division. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has signed a law that would allow those over the age of 60 to enlist in the military. Who the hell over the age of, really, let's be honest here, over the age of 30 would ever join the military? You know, you get older, you start seeing things for the way they're. There's a reason why they go after kids in high school. They're full of testosterone. They're very impressionable. Serve your country, boy. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, I will. It's really that's really what it is, okay? And now, who the hell in their right mind at 60 is going to be like, you know what? I feel my country's giving me a call. I need to answer the call and serve my country. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky signed a law on Tuesday that would allow Ukrainians over the age of 60 to voluntarily enlist in the military during martial law. Why not just go after pregnant women too? It's good for everybody. Who cares? Just let it happen. According to the website Ukraine's Parliament, the law states during the period of martial law for the needs of the armed forces of Ukraine and other military formations on the basis of letter from the commander of the military unit, persons over the age of 60 who are recognized by the Military Medical Commission as fit for military service in terms of health may be accepted for military service under a contract. Can you imagine someone 60, 70 serving? I don't know. They're desperate. That says everything to me. UN says worst case scenario now unfolding in Gaza for only 5th time in history. According to the UN's World Food Program, the crisis in Gaza is similar to the famines in Ethiopia and Nigeria. The United Nations has sounded the alarm over the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Gaza. I think they're starving these people out, if you want my opinion. That's what I think. Saying that it's unlike anything they've ever seen in this century. Over 2 million Palestinians have been starving as they look for clean water and other basic necessities. Gaza's health ministry said that the death toll has surpassed 60,000 as global pressure mounted on Israel to allow more aid into the area. According to the UN's World Food Program, the crisis in Gaza is similar to the famines in Ethiopia and Nigeria. I really hope we're saving them for last. You know what I mean by that, folks. Is there any super chats, Alex? All right, here's one. My mortgage went up $100 this month for August due to insurance rates going up. Well, okay, that's good to know. Thank you, Debbie. I know, that sucks.
Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah, thank you, Debbie, very much. Went up with Lucia Robertson. Thank you. Super sticker. Thank you. Samajalan 23. That's different now. If you're listening to everything, you know what the fuck people are doing. The Ghost Dominoes are finding part 2. I needed that for a laugh. Orale, all right. I'm glad you got to have some kind of entertainment. Next one. Michelle Christian, super sticker.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. Samajalan, a corrupt court system where you can indict a ham sandwich. These weren't like random coloring books or doodle pads that were discovered. They were official CIA documents. George Papadopoulos. Yeah, I just had George Papadopoulos on, by the way. Just had him on.
I think that is Samaj, possibly. Everybody's usernames got switched. So
yeah, something's different with the usernames. I'm noticing that. Yeah, so I'm kind of thrown off by that. Military vet, do you think the reason we have not seen arrests is because they will be by way of well, I'm hearing we will see them publicly. We have to see them publicly. They will happen publicly. And then it gets shifted over to military. How that process plays out, I'm not exactly sure. I've talked to a lot of people about this, but they will get perp walked. You will see it on TV, is what I've been told. That's just what I've been told. Now, I don't have any way of knowing if I'm right or wrong. Michelle 17119, thank you so much. Oh, J. Michael, sorry.
J. Michael.
The Ash Levin. Nino, Alex, and Amazing Moms, give yourself a hug. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Thank you.
American Girl. Hey, champ, guess we'll find out Powell's next move soon. He's holding a press conference at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, praying for you and your parents. I really need all the prayers in the world, folks. I wake up every morning with knots in my stomach, PTSD, adrenaline. This is really taking a toll on me. It's kicking my ass. Like, really is.
That was the last one.
Okay, that was the last one. All right, New York gunman on an LA high school football player left a note saying, "Study my brain." Sounds like Junior Seau. A gunman who walked into the Manhattan building and opened fire, killing 4 people inside, was a former Southern California high school football player. The shooter allegedly left a note claiming he had brain trauma and blamed it on the National Football League. Wow, I wish I could blame everything I do on my brain trauma. Maybe I can. I'm telling you, I have a lot more brain trauma than any football player out there. I'm going to tell you that right now. Investigators are looking up into whether the Las Vegas man who went on a deadly shooting and rampage in Manhattan on Monday was targeting the National Football League after it emerged that the gunman was a Los Angeles high school football player with a documented mental health history. New York Mayor Eric Adams said Tuesday that the shooter, identified by law enforcement officials as 27-year-old Shane Tamura, appeared to have a grievance with the NFL, but ended up on the wrong floor of a skyscraper and houses the sports league's headquarters. But if you've been paying attention to this, one of Blackstone's highest ranking women was killed in the shooting. Wesley LaPatner, CEO of Blackstone's real estate megaphone took cover behind a pillar during the attack. Wesley Plattner was a star in Blackstone's vast real estate business, rising to oversee one of its major strategies and one of its biggest funds. She was killed Monday evening in the lobby of the company's building, shot down by a gunman allegedly angry at the National Football League. Another tenant of the building, Plattner took cover behind a pillar as a shooter sprayed the lobby with gunfire. The shooter murdered 4 people, including himself. An NFL employee was injured and in critical condition. I have friends that tried to, make it in the NFL, and let me tell you, are they disgruntled? Are they pissed off? Think about people that go to LA or go out for acting gigs, or they're the hometown sweetheart, the valedictorian, the homecoming king, the homecoming queen, and they think they're entitled to everything, and they fly out to LA and the land of broken dreams, and then they spend years out there doing drugs and being around famous people, feeling like they really belong, and then they never get their shot. Or maybe they do. Maybe they get some small roles here and there on TV and then just fall off, and then the rest of their life they're on fentanyl on the streets, and then they hit their 40s and 50s, and, they look back and they go, oh, I really fucked up. Yeah, I have friends like that. It's like, and they will stop at nothing until they get their big break to be like Brad Pitt. It's not just with football. It's not just with any sport. It's just the way it is. I feel like I was lucky to have such a long and prosperous career, although it was brutal and grueling. It sucked. But, I mean, if you think about it, I was in the top 10. So I made my mark. But I got to tell you, a lot of people don't. And I don't. And even me, I feel like I didn't make it to where I was supposed to be. I still nuked my career at the very end there. But at least I was able to do it, So I can see why people are pissed off at the world when they don't make it to where they think they want to make it. I think we all hold these like false expectations for ourselves when really you just got to live life, man. Just live life. That's it. Life is to be lived. Don't have these outrageous, crazy expectations for yourself. Be like Sancho. Do it all. Yes. All right. This next article is saying, these NFL players, oh my God, they're prone to violence. So many football players with CTE have turned to violence. The gunman in the Manhattan shooting said in a note that he believed he had CTE, a degenerative disease linked by studies to repeated hits to the head. I'm going to tell you what, folks. Hey, I don't know, but I feel kind of, sometimes I can't really pronounce the words. Starbucks CEO confirms plans to close hundreds of locations by the end of 2026. Starbucks customers will soon see mass shutdowns as the chain works to rebrand itself as a community coffee house. How is this going to happen? It's going to rebrand itself. CEO Brian Nicole, who took over September last year, confirmed the closure decision on Tuesday. Starbucks mobile order-only locations are getting phased out throughout next year amid the ongoing Back to Starbucks initiative, according to comments from the CEO in an all earnings call. As part of the work, Back to Starbucks, we plan to sunset our mobile order and pickup only concept in the fiscal year of 2026, Nicole told investors. We found this format to be overly transactional and lacking the warmth and human connection that defines our brand. What all with all the chemicals and shit you put in the coffee? And why is your coffee $20 fucking? I'm just saying. We have a strong digital offering and believe that we can deliver the same level of convenience to our community coffee houses with a superior mobile order and pay experience, she continued. I'm going to tell you what. You can go to Circle K or 7-Eleven and get the same coffee, probably better quality, for like $3, maybe $2. Okay? Just, I don't know, little hack right there for you all. Sean Combs, awaiting sentencing, has asked judge to release him from jail. Are you serious? And I wouldn't doubt if he gets out, I'll be honest. To me, I wouldn't doubt anything anymore. Lawyers, the former music mogul, well, it still is a music mogul, who's been sentenced in October on prostitution charges, filed court papers saying he would sign a $50 million bond. Lawyers for Sean Combs asked a judge on Tuesday to release him on a $50 million bond while he awaits sentencing for a federal conviction earlier this month on charges of transportation to engage in prostitution. Mr. Combs, known as Puff Daddy, God, man, just think about it. You never really knew what that meant back in the day when you're listening to his music. Nobody really knew what Puff Daddy meant, right? Now we know. He was puffing on a lot. Oh, boy, was he puffing. Mr. Combs, known as Puff Daddy or Diddy. I mean, how did so many dudes hang out with this guy? You got LeBron James. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Like, what's with LeBron? You like to puff too? Puff pass? Yeah. Mr. Combs, known as Puff Daddy or Diddy, was acquitted. And then you go look at the Austin Powers movies. Go watch the Austin Powers movies. When he's climbing up a ladder, he has Diddy on his ass cheek. Go look at that. Go watch that movie now. Now it all makes sense. Mike Myers gets his pants pulled down in one of the Austin Powers movies. I can't remember what it is. I think it was Dr. Evil maybe, and it says P. Diddy on his ass. It all makes sense now, doesn't it? Maybe that ass was getting tapped. Just saying. Oh, folks, I hope everyone's enjoying the show. I'm having a good time today. You like your Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays with a little Nino in your coffee and some Alex on the side? There it is. You got it. There it is. Yeah, Diddy. What does it say? P. Diddy on his ass. Man, and that's, dude, like, really? Like, I never caught that. Did you, Alex?
I totally missed that at the time.
Dude, I totally missed that. It did, but only in those circles would they have known that back then.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Back then, nobody paid attention to that. Now, it's like, what was that? What was that all about?
Yep, for real. That was like a little dog whistle,
right?
If you know, you know, type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh, he was hitting that ass. Oh God. Oh my Lord. All right, folks, let's get to what the fuck news. In what the fuck news, I'm going to have Trader Girl Q on my show to explain this because I think this is weird. Now, really put on your tinfoil hats for a second. You know the occult does things. They do predictive programming. They put things out in the open. And I'm talking about the Grateful Dead. They're about to perform at the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, Trader Girl Q has always said the Golden Gate Bridge is a target. And she's dead set on this. She's following it thoroughly. I'm going to have her on ninoscorner.tv to talk about this again. And so let's get into this. Grateful Dead 60th anniversary in Golden Gate Park. What you need to know. Like, don't go. I don't know. That's what you need to know. Dead and Company will commemorate the 60th anniversary of the Grateful Dead with a blockbuster 3-night run in Golden Gate Park from Friday to Sunday, August 1st to the 3rd. And we all know about August 1st to the 3rd. It's a big Hebrew holiday on the calendar. Drawing an estimated 60,000 fans per day at the Polo Field. Now, I'm only bringing this up because I think we need to pay attention to shit like this. For diehard Deadheads, and this may be all wacky conspiracy to a lot of people, and I'm sure it sounds like it, but I don't think we can be too careful. You never can be too cautious. I would say, I wouldn't go there. I'm not saying it would happen those days, but maybe shortly afterwards, because you got to look at everything as rituals and ceremonies to these people. That's what they do. And they have fun doing this shit. And who would be the best act? The Grateful Dead. The Grateful Dead. Is something going to happen to the Golden Gate Bridge? Lots of guests have come on and said that it's a big target. It's a big, big target. And there's no time like now. They would need some kind of event to happen. Just saying. I don't know. Call me crazy. I'm a wacky, crazy guy. For diehard Deadheads and first-time pilgrims alike, Golden Gate Park will once again be a sacred gathering spot, a celebration of music, memory, and the enduring magic of the legendary jam band. Interesting. Ceremonies and rituals. And that's why I put this in here as what the fuck news, because I think, I don't know. Let me know. At least, our radars are up. Our antennas are up. And that's all I'm saying. That's how I see this. I don't know if you all agree with me. Let me know. But that's how I see it. And I really want to say I appreciate everybody who's really coming in. Our numbers are going up on YouTube, on Facebook, on X. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I'll keep it going on YouTube, Facebook, and X if the numbers are good. If they're not that good, I have to get everyone over to the YouTube in order for my numbers to go up a little bit, so the ads do not cancel on me, because Sancho has to put food on his table. So there you go. I have to make the monies somehow. So, Alex, you there?
I'm here, Nino.
What do you think of today's show? Pretty good.
Man, it's just it's all coming together, and there's a couple more super chats here too. But between this huge this earthquake and
I think this Grateful Dead thing, I think there's something to it, man. I think Trader Girl's onto something. I don't know like when, but we all know 666 days from the October 7th attack in Israel is August 3rd, right?
And that's their 60th anniversary too.
Yes, so dude, exactly.
Ooh. And then that shooter was on the 33rd floor, right? That's the floor that he went up
Mason
to.
number. So I don't know, man. I wouldn't go to this thing. Is there a way we could watch it on? I would watch some live cams on the Golden Gate or something. That's crazy, dude. I don't trust this. This makes sense to me. I mean, look, nothing may happen, right? Nothing may happen, but it's definitely, I don't know, kind of sketchy.
Yeah, and the Golden Gate Bridge is, if you think about it, like just a huge symbolic, like it's like the World Trade Center of the West Coast, maybe.
Exactly, exactly. Iconic. And what does Trump talk about? The Golden Age. We're coming into the Golden Age,
right?
And the holiday in the Hebrew holiday is what, the temples, the destruction of the two temples or something like that. The mourning of the temples. That's right. That's what's happening August 3rd.
Yeah, I forget what it's exactly commemorating, but yeah, that's what it's a new year.
Yeah, someone says, what an odd band to choose for that. I agree. It's weird. This is weird. Like, I think she's onto something, man. But I mean, we won't know. And then maybe now that we're talking about it, nothing will happen, because that's kind of how the quantum field works, right? Like,
true. Yep. When you
notice, really is like that. They're like, oh shit, we got to do it next year.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? Oh man. Love you, Nino. Thanks for being awesome. Thank you, Kim Chandler. I hope you guys like Coffee with Nino and a little bit of Alex. We're doing our best here. XRP Ed, prayers for your parents. Hang in there, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, thank you so much. These prayers work. The prayers are the only thing keeping me going. I can feel them. Michelle, J. Michael 7119. Nino, can you ask Juan if we might at least get our taxes back that have been stolen from us for decades, our debt forgiveness, if Nasara is not real? Yeah, I'll ask him. Something tells me no. Dude, they're asking people to pay down the debt on
Venmo the treasury. Are you kidding?
Yeah, it's like, come on, man.
Dude, come on.
People go to their YouTube settings and change their handle to what they want displayed. Okay, cool. Wes Fontaine, thank you.
Thanks, Wes.
Rianne, Gary, super sticker, thank you so much.
And that's the last of them.
All right, that's the end of the show, folks. We're out of here. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Nino. Good to see you, everybody out there. Take care.
And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting and the lone wolf.